UFC Fight Night, Sandhagen versus Nurmagomedov has some favorites that should not be that big of a favorite. Umar Nurmagomedov, what are they doing with him as almost a 3-1 favorite? Michael Chiesa, what are they doing having him as a 7-1 favorite? Why is Mackenzie Dern the favorite? That is why these confident picks videos are very, very helpful and beneficial to you guys, because I'm going to go through every fight and give you my confidence, my percentage chance I think everybody is going to win on this UFC Fight Night. It'll help a lot with your bets, but of course, if you do want to see what my bets are, go to the link in the pin comment down below or the top link in the description, and it has all of my bets for all of these fights. I think it's like $1.50 per UFC fight card, which is absolutely insane. So click those links down below and let's get in to some confident picks. Of course, we start from the bottom, we go to the top. Cedric Dumas, Denis Chilinin. How confident am I in Cedric Dumas? I have him winning this fight, but am I confident in Cedric Dumas? No, not at all. I mean, he's very inconsistent. He has a few, good performances where he's looking really good offensively in the wrestling and defensively in the wrestling, but other fights where he looks the exact opposite, like that Josh Friend fight. And then there was the last one, he got knocked out by Ruziboyev, but he got eye poked right before that. So he's a very hard guy to predict because there's a lot of things that could happen. He's fighting a powerful guy in Denis Chilinin who could 100% knock him out. It's a hard one for me to say that I'm confident in Cedric Dumas to win. He's a slight lean. I mean, 2-1, I think are the betting odds for Cedric. I would have him as around a 60%. Maybe a little bit more than that. We can go 62% for Cedric Dumas to win. Not confident, but not necessarily like a 50-50 pick'em. I'm still thinking Dumas is kind of better everywhere. His speed, his movement, his height, his length, his youth, all of that. Maybe the power goes Chilinin, but wrestling-wise, neither is very, very good there as well. So I feel decent about Dumas, not confident though for that first fight. Next one is going to be an underdog, and you know what I say. If you're watching these videos every single week, you know what I'm about to say. If it is an underdog that I have winning, don't bet any other fight before you bet on that underdog. That's just straight up. He's plus money, and I'm about to put him as more than a 50% chance of win. That is the definition of a valuable bet in MMA. I think he'll throw more volume, land more volume, pressure, put the pace on, and win this fight in the later rounds. Am I confident? No, but I'm more confident than 50%. It's a slight lean for the underdog. As you guys already know, I'm not going to be confident in any underdog because they're an underdog for a reason. They have holes that the favorite should exploit. I don't think that's going to happen. I got the dog here. Only a slight lean at 53%. Victoria Dudakova, I have her winning in this fight, and it's going to definitely be more than Rolando Bedoya, but I think it'll be less than Dumas. It's somewhere in between that Dumas and Bedoya range, where I'm not necessarily going to say Victoria Dudakova is a 50-50 fight with Sam Hughes, and I don't really think she's going to go out there and roll through Sam Hughes or anything like that. Sam Hughes is a hard stylistic matchup for Victoria Dudakova, so I'm only going to have her at 58%. I'm not feeling super good on Dudakova in this fight. She's got a lot of holes when she gets taken down. Sam Hughes is good on top, so there could be some worry there. We haven't seen Dudakova fight a girl with the cardio and the pace of Sam Hughes, so there's a lot of things to really worry about for Victoria Dudakova there, so we'll have her at 58%. Confidence, Guram Kutateladze, I do have him winning, and no, I'm not. I'm going to actually have Guram as the most confident pick so far. Does that mean I'm confident in Guram? No, it does not. No, it does not. 69% confidence in Guram Kutateladze. Literally my definition of an almost confident pick. He's right in between me saying, a little bit more and I'd be confident. A little bit less and I'd be like, it could go either way. It's one of those fights where there's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of unknowns going into this matchup. Jordan coming in on short notice. He's a finisher. He's got a lot of submissions on his record. Guram, never been submitted, never lost that way in his entire MMA career. And never mind. Let's not talk about that one. He got knee barred. freaking 9 years ago. We're not going to talk about that one, but yes, that is a big factor in this fight. Jordan has nothing to lose. He's coming in on short notice, and he's looking to just go out there, round number 1, round number 2, and get a finish, because maybe he doesn't have the cardio to go those later rounds, because he was training for a completely different guy a week ago. Now he's got to fight Guram on less than a week's notice, so maybe his cardio is not going to be there in those later rounds, and he's going to want to put away Kutateladze early. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jordan goes out there and gets the finish, but I think Guram's submission defense since that 9-year-ago submission loss has improved leaps and bounds. I see this one being mainly a striking battle, and I think Guram is just so much better. Jordan is okay on the feet. He's not bad on the feet at all, but Guram is definitely better in punches and kicks and knees, in Muay Thai and kickboxing. In boxing, he's better everywhere in terms of the striking. I think the only way Jordan wins is he hurts him on the feet, knocks him down, and then finds a way to wrap up the neck and get a submission. That is the only way, in my opinion. I can't see Jordan winning a decision, but I do have this one going to a decision, so I got Guram winning, and 69% is the confidence. Shamil Gaziev in the next fight. This is interesting. This is very, very interesting. It's not going to be more than Guram. I'm not having Shamil as a confident pick after his last fight. It's going to be right in between Dumas and Tulinin. Right in between there. And I'm going to have it kind of right where the odds say it should be, to be honest with you. But a little bit less. 65% confidence in Shamil Gaziev. The reason I'm not confident in Shamil Gaziev, it's an almost confident pick, is the gas tank. The gas tank. He's going to do so good in round number 1, whether he goes for the takedowns, whether he wrestles, whether he does what he did in his Dana White's Contender Series fight, or whether he does what he did in his UFC debut and just puts on the pressure with the boxing and the striking and the power and goes out there looking for the knockout. Yeah, he might get the finish in round number 1. The reason I have to put him lower is if he doesn't get the finish, we saw exactly what happened last time, and he starts to fade a little bit. So I just can't, in my right mind, go out there and say Shamil's a confident pick. There's no way. There is no way. Cowboy Fernandez, I think, is the biggest favorite of the card, which is kind of crazy, but he is going to be my most confident pick so far. I don't necessarily think he should be minus 400 where he is actually at. I think the minus 300-ish range makes a little bit more sense for Cowboy Fernandez, as I do have him as a 74% confident pick. He's definitely more than Guram, because there's just so many unknowns in that Guram Kutateladze fight. With Cowboy, I mean, he's got solid takedown defense. Yaya doesn't really have good takedown offense, so should stay on the feet, should be a striking match. Cowboy is just better in the striking, straight up with you. So 74% for Cowboy. Reason it's not more, it's pretty low level UFC lightweight fighting right here. So there's a lot of unknowns there. I mean, I said with Guram Kutateladze, there's a lot of unknowns, but these are lower level guys. They haven't faced huge competition yet. I mean, they haven't been in the UFC long, so there's obviously big improvements they could also make in their time off from competition. Cowboy, the last time he fought inside of the UFC was how long ago? It was November of last year. So he's had about, 9 months to prepare for his second fight in the UFC. I don't know if he's been getting a lot better. Maybe he's going to come out there a completely different fighter. Same with Yaya. His last fight was in October. So again, they could both come out there completely different fighters, which is why I don't have them as like an 80-90% crazy confidence. So 74% seems about right for me on Cowboy Fernandez. You guys are going to be a little bit interested in this one. Azamat Murzakanov. I got him winning, but we're going to drop him below Cowboy Fernandez, below Guram, below Gaziev, below Dumas, and below Dudakova. We're going the second least confident pick of the card, 54.5%. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but that's the range I have Murzakanov in. Slight lean, barely have Murzakanov winning. I'm not confident at all in Alonzo Menefield or Azamat Murzakanov, because like I said in my prediction video, go watch it, go check it out on the YouTube channel. I said there's a lot of ways Menefield can go out there, a lot of game plans he can have for this fight that could drastically change the outcome. I mean, he has weird fight IQ where it's really good sometimes, really bad other times. So Those type of fighters really make me second guess my prediction. And in this case, making me second guess my Murzakanov prediction a lot. Because Alonzo, in my opinion, could easily go out there, make this technical, mix in takedowns, mix in clinching, have Murzakanov just miss big shots, and Alonzo land more volume and win the fight. Maybe not mix in takedowns. That's a little far. It's a little far. He's not going to really mix in takedowns on Murzakanov, but maybe mix in some clinch, okay? It's a close one. So we're definitely having this one very low. I mean, it's light heavyweight. There's obviously knockout potential from both guys. But again, the game plan potential from both guys is, I don't know. I don't know what their game plans are going to be. So we shall see. Very slight lean for Alonzo Menifield to lose. You thought I was going to say Alonzo, right? All right, next one. Elvis Brenner. This is another dog of the card. So far, in terms of predictions, we only have Rolando Bedoya, and he's my least confident pick. Again, if I'm predicting a dog to win, they're not going to be confident, and that's going to be the same here for Elvis Brenner. Elvis is a heavy dog. Like a very big dog right now. I think it's like 2-1. Let's check just in case we're wrong. But I think Elvis Brenner's 2-1 now, which is kind of crazy. Elvis Brenner, yeah, minus 190 for Joel Alvarez, plus 165 for Elvis Brenner to get the win. It was 50-50 odds from July 24th to July 28th, and then boom, money comes in on Joel Alvarez to win that fight. They're thinking, oh, he's bigger, he's taller, he's lengthier, he's more powerful. Not knowing that Elvis Brenner has better cardio. He puts on a better pace. He throws more volume. He's got good takedowns of his own. Good in the clinch. And amazing submission defense. I mean, a lot of people saying Joel's going to submit him. Joel's going to submit him. Elvis never been submitted. Elvis has never been knocked out. I think Elvis will survive that early onslaught of Joel. Get the takedowns. Mix those in. But on the feet, tire out Joel with the volume, with the pressure, with the constant strikes. And when the takedowns do come, Joel's not going to have the energy to get the submission off his back. So I do believe Elvis Brenner will win. Again, am I confident? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. 51%. This one is very close because Joel, if he's going to win, it's not going to be by finish in my opinion. And I think if he's going to win, it'll be because he lands bigger shots on the feet and is able to defend a few of these takedowns. And the judges will just see those bigger shots and give Joel Alvarez the win. That's why this is such a close fight. 51%, slight lean. Another underdog we do have for this UFC pay-per-view. What is Lupita at right now? Or Lupi, however you want to call her. She is at plus 115 is the best you're going to get Lupi Golovina at. Which is very interesting. I think that she should be the favorite. I think she should be minus 150, minus 160, something around that range. So, I mean, she's probably my most confident dog so far. My most confident dog, of course, of this UFC fight night. She's more than Elvis Brenner. She's more than Rolando Bedoya. She's even more than Azamat Murzakanov. Again, there's just too many freaking unknowns there. And what I'm kind of bargaining in my head about is she a more confident pick than Victoria Dudakova? Am I more confident in Lupi to beat Dern than I am in Dudakova to beat Sam Hughes? And I'm kind of even there. I'm kind of even in my prediction there. So I'm going to have them tied. The women of UFC Saudi Arabia tied at 58%. I believe both fights, there's legitimate ways to win for the underdog. Sam Hughes with the cardio, with the pace. Mackenzie Dern getting the submission like always. But Lupita Godinez I feel pretty good about as an underdog. And you'll see in my underdog of the week video later on, I believe we're going to post that one tomorrow. It's definitely going to be one of these ones right here. And Lupita Godinez, Alonzo Menifield, Rolando Bedoya, Elvis Brenner, or it's going to be Tony Ferguson, which is one a lot of people aren't thinking about, but Tony's a good dog as well. And you might think, oh, maybe it's Corey Sandhagen. You'll just have to see. Underdog of the week video coming out tomorrow. It's going to be interesting because there's a lot of good dogs on this UFC fight. Now the next one, like I said, there's a lot of good dogs. I think Tony Ferguson definitely is one of them when it comes to the betting odds. Do I think Chiesa is going to lose this fight? No. I mean, come on. He's fighting Tony Ferguson, but do I think Tony Ferguson being a good dog makes sense? Yeah, he's minus 700 for Chiesa. Makes absolutely no sense in my opinion. Chiesa should be around a 70% favorite. Should not be the biggest favorite of the card. And I made a mistake earlier saying I thought Cowboy Fernandez was the biggest favorite when no. I mean, one of these has minus 850 for Michael Chiesa. That's freaking nuts. That is insane odds. I got Chiesa minus 250, somewhere around that range. 70% confidence in Chiesa to go out there and win against Tony Ferguson. What are we doing? What are we doing? I say it every week. What are we doing with these odds? Come on, guys. Next one, Davison Figueiredo, Marlon Chito Vera. These ones are interesting. I think Chito is minus 150? Minus 140, minus 150, around that sort of range. You know, it makes sense. I'm a little bit less confident than that, though. Minus 150, I think, is around like 60, 59, 58% confidence. I think that's where the betting odds would kind of put it. I'm a little bit less than that. Just because Marlon is the better striker. I think he's a little bit more powerful. And like a lot of these fights, there's a lot of those unknowns. If Marlon Vera is going to go out there and actually put volume together, probably wins, but it's a huge if in the UFC's bantamweight division there. Lupita Godinez, Victoria Dudakova. Never mind. I'm going to have it right around where the odds say it. I feel like Davison's a little bit more confident than Lupita or Victoria Dudakova. But not by much. Not by much at all. Almost 60%. We'll have them at 59%. Next one, Shara Magomedov to beat Michal Shaziuk in the middleweight division. You're going to be shocked by this. You're going to be really shocked by this. 78% for Shara Magomedov. I have him as almost a minus 400 favorite, according to my confidence here. I feel pretty good about Shara here. I think stylistically, they made the perfect fight to really showcase Shara Magomedov in the co-main event slot of a stacked UFC fight. And they want him to win. They set him up with a perfect stylistic matchup to win. It's just going to be Michael boxing, coming forward and eating shots coming in. I think stylistically this makes a lot of sense for Shara. So he's my most confident pick. Number one is going to be Shara Magomedov. And then last but not least, our underdog, our final underdog of the card, Elvis Brenner, Rolando Bedoya, Lupita Godinez, and now Corey Sandhagen is my final dog of UFC Abu Dhabi Fight Night. Now, where are we going to put Corey? Where are we going to put Corey? Because like I said, you can't have an underdog as a confident pick. 70% I think they're going to win. It's really hard to do that. But my man Corey Sandhagen, feeling pretty good about him. And I'm feeling around Lupita Godinez range. 57%. Right around Lupita Godinez confidence. I'm feeling good. I don't know how. I have no idea how. Corey Sandhagen is a 3-1 underdog. I thought for sure when this fight got announced, I was thinking 50-50. These odds are going to be minus 110, minus 110. A little bit of money comes in on this side, that side. The odds keep going back and forth. I did not at all think Umar was going to be a 3-1 favorite. I feel good about Corey Sandhagen. 57% as a slight lean, but a very valuable bet there as well. Because, I mean, plus 300 is insane. But those are the confident picks. We only have two for this UFC Fight Night in terms of confidence. We got Shara Magomedov as a confident pick. Cowboy Fernandez as our number 2 confident pick. Our almost confident picks, we have 4. Michael Chiesa, almost confident. Guram Kutateladze, almost confident. Shamil Gaziev, almost confident. Cedricas Dumas, almost confident. And then for our slight leans, and there are a lot of them, pretty much half the card is filled with pretty much 50-50 back and forth, really close fights. We got Davison Figueiredo, Victoria Dudakova, Lupita Godinez, Corey Sandhagen, Azamat Mirzakhanov, Rolando Bedoya, and Elvis Brenner. Very good fight card. Really stacked, of course, in the UFC. So you do want to see all the bets that I have for this UFC Fight Night. Again, it's like $1.50 for every single UFC fight card. Really cheap. That's the first tier. The second tier, we put out betting videos. We put out this confident picks video early. We also have a ranking system for our entire UFC rankings. A lot of video content is on that second tier for like $2 a card, so it's a little bit more. And then our final tier, I will literally bet for you. I'll go in there, and if I lose money, you get a full refund of all of your money. So go check out the Patreon. The link is going to be in that pinned comment down below. If it's not there, it's in the top link of the description. So go check it out and become a channel member right now, today, and we'll see you in the next one. This card is so good.